Peace, my family, and we're back to all. Those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time, welcome. This your girl, the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you all that good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right in that good, not mine. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys most definitely moving on up. Oh yeah, in your higher nature, family, and most definitely cleansing. You know what's up. We gotta cleansing the lows. I came on here today to express how y'all feeling on this good journey. Hope you guys are out here, taking care of yourself and making sure you out here being in alignment in the ways with the Most High. Because again, family, that is all that matters in this lifetime. The question is, are you going to get back in alignment, or are you going to stay in the world? That's a choice that everyone has to make. And it's all on you to decide what side you're really on, you see. Whether you really make a decision or not, your actions will already choose. So it's very important that we pay attention and be mindful of what we're doing out here. Meanwhile, in this reality and in this world, right? So it's very important that we begin to see the world in this way, because this is the way the Most High has created things to be, right? Where, this realm is about the carnal desire, the material plane, and in order to graduate, or to move on up in the higher realms of existence, family, it is corrections that need to be done, right? It's about purifying and cleansing your plate. Because again, the devil's out here with an S, wants to prove that we are not worthy to be amongst, the Most High and the angels, as supreme beings once again, back in the heavens once again, right? This is what this is all about. And again, we must understand that we all have choices to make for our highest good. And it's on us to put forth that action. It's on us to feed ourselves, the nourishment that we need, that good soul food, the right knowledge. I like to call it the pamphlets of peace that our master teacher calls it, the pamphlets of peace, the right knowledge that is needed to feed our souls, to give us everything we need to understand this realm in this world and our history, our mystery, right? In this realm, right? So where we can begin to study past these tests out here and graduate. Oh yeah, it is real, family. Life is a test. And so once you begin to see that, learning the facts of life, family, and begin to move in that way by living it, not just reading, right? You have to actually apply these things to your life, realizing that everything came from the mystery schools, family, right? All the youngest religions, mildest religions, all of it came from Egypt, family. Once we begin to really see this for ourselves, we'll begin to move in the right way. Once we begin to know these things, right? And not just moving on, people moving on belief, and belief is a form of doubt. Like I said, do you believe the gas station is over there, right? Or do you know the gas station is over there? It's a huge difference. Like I said, do you want to know what the truth is, or you just want to live in believing you know what the truth is? Because again, the truth is for us to know, for our souls' sake. And it's very important that we hold dear and treasure these things, right? Because it is the true treasure. Cherish. And the thing is, this is what's going to help you maneuver in this room, because the Most High has set it up where we have to move in universal laws, family. And whether people know that universal laws exist, it does. And that's why he has given us, laws, commands, commandments, weighing of the heart, things that is needed for you to, move on into the higher life, right? What people call the afterlife, the hereafter, the heavens, Orion, Ritz, it's very important that we do our homework. And I don't mean this lightly. We must go deeper. Because a lot of people take things just because someone says it. Even me, right? Just because you hear me saying it, right? But this is because I've done my homework. I'm only speaking on things that I know, right? And things that I don't know, I'm not going to speak on it until I've done my homework. So, it's very important that we begin to move like that. Because, again, when the Most High tells you something, you listen, you're learning, you're doing your homework, you're checking things out, you're researching, you're looking things up for yourself, confirmation, going a little deeper than what, everyone else is saying, you're going with them, you're following your intuition, you're listening because the Most High is inside of you. You're asking questions to the Most High. You're building, communication, right? Your communication back up. You're reconnecting, right? Getting to your quiet place, your sacred place where you can hear, right? And silence is peace, right? So we have to understand that Nuapu is peace, right? So when we begin to really see life for what it really is, right? Moving in love, family, because that's what's missing here on this whole planet, right? It's about moving, and many people moving in on these love frequency, because that's how you move into the higher realms of existence, family. All of, the messengers who came down, all of them was moving out of love, right? And love is truth and truth is love. People get it twisted also, the fact that, a lot of people don't like to hear the truth. It stings, right? A lot of people can't handle it either if you feel some type of way, right? And all of these emotions, it's okay to have. Because this is bringing out all of those things that is hidden, right? That we don't want to see within ourselves, because all of us have it within us. All of us. And it's about learning what that is, what that is coming up, right? And beginning to create strengths and see things for what they are, and just become better. Getting better at things and not continuing to just put band-aids over it, and not actually, really, allowing yourself to heal, right? It's very important that we begin to allow us to feel sometimes the pain that we experience in it all. To feel it is needed, and sometimes people really can't handle it, not realizing that people really do feel like this pain that they're experiencing is really them, right? Not realizing that all of these experiences is a part of the lesson to, strengthen you, whether you realize it or not. And at times I didn't realize this or not, but how ugly certain experiences was and what I had to go through, right, was all, preparing me, right? Because it's things you're going to need to know going forward, and how to move, and how to live, and how to be, and what to not slip up on next time, right? And again, sometimes certain other things are outside of your control, right? I'm not speaking on that, the things that is clearly really outside of your control, like you didn't have nothing to do, and certain things just happened, right? I'm not speaking on that. I'm just speaking on the things that you have control over, right? and that right there is your, paradise or sanctuary, right? Where you create a space for yourself that is healthy, that is what people like to call a safe space for yourself, where you can be, your full and whole self. And this is where the challenge of the journey really starts to begin, because when you begin to face the world, right? When you're walking out into the world every day, daily. One moment. See, the Most High has given us the tools to face the world, and a lot of people don't know, right? And the thing is, it's like this. If you've been taught about religion and, you don't have all your, answers of things, it's very important that you do your studies. And our master teacher teachings will give you, the blueprint, the green plant of, how to maneuver, right? You see, because you need the facts. That's why, the master teacher, our master teacher, Dr. Malachi L. has came to give us what we need. He came to give us what we want so we can learn what he truly has to give to us. And what, we really do want out here, which is the truth of it all, right? So that's why he breaks down, the religions in its original language and breaks it down, and then goes into the ancient text of where it came from and breaks that down as well, to let us know the truth of it all and who we really are in our identity. And it's on us to waking on up onto that, because that's what this is all about. And the thing is, though, it sounds simple when you say it, but a lot of people don't, do their homework and they don't read. And that's where, the knowledge comes into play, because it is power in knowledge, right? But a lot of people don't take the time to check out the knowledge when it's given to you, because you will know who he is when you begin to check out his works, his teachings. You begin to see, and you can listen to the videos all day, but his books is like no other on this planet, right? The books is gonna help you get to the level you need to be in, what the Most High wants you to be at in that level, right? Where you can literally, know what everything is, like within these religions, the ancient texts, all these things that will help you to align yourself with the Most High. And all of it is needed for your spiritual growth and development, so you can begin to understand what everything is for what it really is. Because guess what, family? It really is. It is what it is. And again, once you begin to see the planet, this planet that we're living on for what it is, and you begin to see yourself in it, right? You begin to move in the way that the Most High wanted you to move in the first place. And by us, being who we are and what we must do, because we are love beings, whether people notice or not. They have, taken the love out of things these days, taken the love out of the foods these days, taken the love out of everything, right? And it's on us to bring that back, right, within ourselves, and how we care for each other, how we look out for each other, how we take care of one another. All of it is very important with how you're moving in vibrations and frequencies. And the respect is real, because ultimately, we have to learn how to first respect ourselves before, anyone can really respect you anyway, right? And if you out here not moving, the way you're supposed to be moving out here, respecting your own self, right? How do you expect to receive that back in return, right? And if you're out here with all these lies out here, how do you expect the truth to come anywhere near that, right? That's why the truth must be told, and the falsehoods will perish. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to speak and tell the truth. You're not supposed to hold it all in. We're taught to hold it all in, or is something wrong, when you have, things going on. And nowadays people like to say crashing out, like, oh, something, wrong with that. No, that's something telling you that you got some things you need to handle inside of you that needs to come on out. Oh yeah, it's not meant for you to hold it in. Know this. And it's for you to let it out in healthy ways, speak it out, journal. And I realized with me in journaling, it lets me see things how my soul feels on the inside when I go back and read it, right? And see things and how I'm moving, how I'm thinking, and it helps me to release how I'm really feeling on the inside by being honest with myself, right? And seeing the situation and different things for what it is. So it's very important that we begin to use healthier ways to express, right? And it's not about, always, going to 100, right? It's about, using your wisdom and, letting stuff, sometimes play out, right? And as long as your intentions are good and you didn't, wash your hands over situations and things, and you moving for the good, and that's all really you can do, right? If someone disrespects you, that's a reflection of them, not you. And we have to learn how to respond to things, right, in a way that is pleasing to the Most High, right? And sometimes, yes, you can respond out of anger at times. I mean, it happens, right? We're not perfect out here, right? But again, sometimes things are not even needed for a response. Sometimes it's just that good silence that'll help people see themselves for who they are and how you treat people. Because again, you are what you hang around. You are the company that you keep and who you tune into and listen to. You know what I mean? If you constantly got them on replay all the time and listen to their every word, like that, gotta be mindful of who you tuning into, right? And who you keeping around you. And you gotta make sure that you got, if you choose to have people around you, make sure you choose wisely, right? Being mindful, right? The company that you do keep. And that's very important in these days and times, because nowadays you don't know whose side people want. A lot of people can't be trusted out here. But again, what I mean by that is you gotta use discernment. And at the end of the day, it's people that can be trusted. But how I move is I let people show themselves first. Let them people show themselves. And that's what it is. And if I can trust you, cool, right? But on my journey, on this kid journey with them, that's how you learn you gotta be. Because again, it's all love. You're moving on that love frequency, right? So yeah, but remember, family, everything is just not truly what it is when it comes to and just on the surface, right? You see people's spirits, right? So at the end of the day, you just gotta be, seeing not just with your physical eyes, but with your spiritual eyes. And it can get a little tricky sometimes, but guess what? When you begin to speak and make it clear and talk to the Most High about it, oh yeah, and the Most High will definitely show you things you may have not known. So that's why it's very important that you begin to connect back, because this is all a spiritual experience, family. And our ancestors are here, the descendants are here to help us all, expand and evolve into who we truly are as children of the Most High, as gods and goddesses. And once we begin to see ourselves for who we truly are, no one can tell us no different, because the Most High has created you all. He has told you who you are. So it's on you to walk in that, or continue to be where you're at. And what do I mean by that? Continue to be where you at. Because, family, the Most High is giving you responsibility for your own life and your own life choices. And this journey is about being on the move, which is, we got things to do. We got work to do, right? It's about, turning the planet green and life again, right? And love again, right? Divine love, true love, right? And at the end of the day, we can't be, out here, being stuck in our, own creation, where we get stagnant and feel like we, know it all, right? And what you think you know is just what it is. Because, again, family, nowadays, it's all about moving in truth. It's not about what you think you know it is. It's about you knowing what it is. And the only reason and how you're going to know what it is it being from the Most High. And that's it. And once you begin to see this, you'll be wanting to get on the move with things. You'll be wanting to put forth action towards your goals. You'll be wanting to clean up your life and purify your soul. You'll be wanting to get back in alignment. You'll be wanting to move in your godhood, right? And get back in your godhood and get back to the truth, no matter how bitter it is, right? Because guess what? Regardless of how bitter it is, it does get sweet. It gets real sweet once you get it going and working on yourself. And that's what life's about. The Most High has given us each day to correct ourselves and make ourselves better. So it's on us to do so. And it's on us to put in that work. And that's why they put work out here, right? To distract you, right? From your purpose, right? Because once again, when you're out here working, like, working how we working, every day, you know what I mean, plantation style, working out here, you know what I mean, mental, spiritual, emotional, right, all that, right, all of that, is placed there to, have you busy out here, so that, when it's time for you to work on your, the real work you really came to do, your purpose, right? It's set for you to be so tired that, you won't even have time to even do that. You won't even have time to have some tools to face the world and check out what the Most High has to say about certain things and how to move. You know what I mean? You won't even have time for none of that because you out here working in the devil's playground, just to keep it all real with it. And that's why it is so important, family. It's so important that we begin to be more self-sufficient with how we move and what we choose to do and put our time into. And if we out here working, which is what we have to do, and you gotta create that balance, right? So if you have to do that, which most of us do, we have to get on out there and work, right? But we have to set things up to where on our daily schedules, daily, no matter what, that we set aside time for while we're truly here in our purpose, which is spending time with the Most High, and getting back in tune. That is very important, and that should be the first priority on your list of things to do. Just saying, even before work, right? Because when you get up and start the day, where your mind at? Is your mind on the Most High? Is your mind on thanking the Most High, showing gratitude for even waking up and having the breath of life inside of you, living right another day? Are you grateful for that, family? That's where it begins. Every day it's a spiritual experience. And it's on YouTube, waking on up to that, right? Where you begin to take another look around you and really see the true beauty of where you are. Because there's beauty in it, as well as it is the other stuff, right? The chaos and stuff. Oh yeah, it's balance, family. But you have to remember what to focus on. Focus on the beauty, right? Be aware of the chaos, right? Focus on the beauty, though. Always be on the up and no, right? Always being prepared, right? You know, at the same time, it's all about focusing on your soul mission, focusing on your purpose, focusing on fulfilling your destiny. Because once you begin to do that, once you begin to seek the kingdom, once you begin to start living it, family, everything else will begin to fall into place for you, come into place where you don't have to, put in all that. But in the beginning, oh yeah, it's going to be required for you to put in the work, because you have to break away. You have to break the chains, the mental change, the spiritual change, the physical change on you, and begin to walk in his ways. So, what I am telling you is, each day you wake up, be grateful. Each day you begin to see that once you slow down and see the things that you do have around you, and this is not about necessarily saying, how they say the roof over your head, because sometimes the roof over your head is nature, and that's beautiful as well. Everybody's life experience in reality is different. So the Most High has given us this planet for us to live on, and on us, it is on us to begin to take care of it while we're here, and begin to spread that word and show the love in every aspect of your life, and begin to spread that love and that frequency, because it's in you. You just gotta move away from what's up, the things that is holding you back, the things that's distracting you from the Most High, and what you must do while you're here. So, time to get in alignment, family, like no other. Let's turn it green. Alright? So, I'm gonna leave it at that for now. Alright? I want y'all all to know that you are loved beyond this world. Oh yeah, and in it, we gonna spread that love one to another, family. Be the peace that you seek. Release our master teacher, Dr. Malachi L. Peace, shalom, hashtag divine love, family. If you need those books, Pampers of Peace by our master teacher, Dr. Malachi L., which I'm sure you're going to need them. Oh yeah. They're on the channel, and you can send a comment in my, video, and I'll help you get to them. Alright? So, on that note though, peace, love, I should divine love, and